as well. Both these teams have struggled a little bit of late, so this is a key matchup. Whether we get Faceoff and Tucci, we'll see Andrew Tyre a bit, might see Danny Varello and Jack Savage, the freshman for Syracuse, but we're underway, and it's Tucci who wins it immediately for North Carolina.
The season was cut short due to COVID, but that's what Jacob Kelly will do for you too. I mean, he's the type of guy, I call him like a chameleon. He could shoot from that left side, he could feed, he rides, he gives you a little bit of everything, and that was a beautiful pass.
35 straight games with a point for Chris Gray, who began his career at Boston University, transferred to North Carolina. Ground ball scooped up by Kennedy. Now here
Tanner Cook, and they each do a little bit something different. I look at Anderson, he's a north-south dodger. The explosiveness and ability to get to the rack. Tanner Cook is a Canadian. He can get underneath you lefty, and Perry can sling it from downtown with the right hand. Sixth sense for these guys. They've been around it for so long. I mean, how long have we been calling Justin Anderson, Tanner Cook, and Will Perry?
Tucci powers out of there with the face-off. Carolina's dominating in that area early. Great. Possession. Both coaches told us how important that was in this game. It was everything. And Syracuse gets a much-needed win at the face-off X. Let's see what they can do offensively. I feel like this is
really the inside game. How do you play off of picks? How do you play off of quick ball movement? We saw two experienced middies, one from each team, hit it from inside.
And Faceoff goes down like a ton of bricks. We'll keep an eye on that as he initially won the face-off, but then turned it over to Tyre, who takes a shot, and Porter is there.
Over the years with Perry too is a lot of teams will approach him as a shooter, and he's got that dodge off of that too. So if you flash out to him too quickly, he'll make you pay with a quick move. And once again, it's the fifth year ball, the off-ball defense. On ball, Syracuse has the guys, but Dave Mestbauer, he's done a fantastic job in terms of finding ways to get good shots on cage, looking at the cage.
Porter has seen a lot of rubber here early on in this game, and it's a Carolina team that has feasted on opponents in the second quarter. They've dominated the scoring all season long, and that's 6 different Tar Heels have scored goals in this game so far. Coach Desko looking for answers. Trying Varello at the face-off X. He eventually gains possession. Now can Syracuse do anything with it? Murphy. Almost 12 minutes of game time for Syracuse. 9-2 now. Heels on top. Tyre for North Carolina going against Varello for Syracuse. We'll get a violation. 20 shots in 20 minutes for North Carolina. Varello and Tyre again. A yard sale for Varello, and Tyre comes out of there with possession.
In terms of their ability to throw 2 guys at you, both over 50%. Cuse, out of desperation mode, will throw 3. You saw Varello, you see Faceoff, and
even in terms of the score since then, down 6 with 7:26 left to go in this first half. A strong remainder of the second quarter, and we really have a game in the second half.
I agree with you 100%, and there's the wing play again. That's where Syracuse has a chance. If their face-off specialist can just hold the wings. Kavanaugh from Notre Dame in that same category. They're such good passers, they have such good feel for the game that they don't have to beat their defender. Like Jared Bernhardt and Michael Sowers, they beat their defender to initiate offense. Kavanaugh and Gray do not.
Wild scrum after the face-off ends up in crease.
And that puts so much pressure on an opposing defense because these guys are moving at hyper speed, and then you have some passers. Guys like Trippy, guys like Gray. Everyone knows they have an opportunity to get involved in the offense and get the ball because of the way they move off ball.
Varello
on that spot. By the time he catches it simultaneously, there has to be a stick on his bottom hand, Chris. Varello and Entenmann from Notre Dame, and a couple matchups. Jake Naso, the freshman, took on the 2-headed monster of the 5th-year seniors in Leonard and Gallagher, won 73% of those draws. And then Keelty Jack Tucci from Notre Dame, the defender.
Loves those two-way guys. I mean, Anderson, Ryan O'Connell, got a bunch of them on this team that can do that. Henry Schertzinger, and Cole Herbert's first goal was a Tar Heel. That's why he got the little extra congratulations from his teammates and head coach. Stems the tide a little bit here. Lead back to 9.
Hand speed of Owen Hiltz. You can lull a guy to sleep like he did in that spot and just fire it.
Tucci's fresh and he scores! Where's Zac Tucci? There's Zac Tucci.
This is one I think Drake Porter is going to want back. And Carolina's put crazy pressure on Porter. And the shot originally in real time looked like it went 5-hole. Looked like Tucci got more of a bounce on that. Was better placement than I originally thought. But Tucci's the kind of guy like, okay, you're not going to pick me up, a lot like Peter LaSala from Virginia. These guys are threats, like the old school Fogos that can't really play offense or have marginal stick skills. Starting to trend away from that. Like, you have to respect that guy when he's coming down the middle of the field and he's looking at the 6x6 like it's a soccer goal. It's Carolina defense, and quite frankly, I don't know a defensive midfielder in college lacrosse that can match the hard plant foot change of direction of Tucker Dordevic. It's just a matter of him finding his flow. And
2 goals, 4 assists for Gray. Tucci falls down. Bresci picks up the ground ball, fights his way into the offensive end. I mean, I'm having a hard time keeping up, but I even think Joe Seivold scored for North Carolina at one point in time in this game. It's unbelievable. And here we go with Tucci again. Will he get another opportunity? No passes on it.
The lacrosse IQ of Chris Gray, it's ridiculous. And when you're watching this Carolina offense, if you get like the bird's eye.
All leaving at the X until that win.
You know, that's
Varello and Tucci. Varello wins it. Back to Arlo, who's in a little bit of trouble. Now he loses it. Back to Tucci.
And props to their families, too, who've been through all of those moments with them, the good and the bad, the canceled season a year ago, the emotion and dealing with coming back for a 5th year like so many of them have, and Stephen Rafe is coming back for a 6th year. That's just not the sacrifice of the player. That's the sacrifice of the family. And kudos to them and enjoying this ride. I mean, playing in the Dome is a special, special thing. And when your family is able to embrace and enjoy those moments with you, it's something these players will remember for the rest of their lives. And those guys have had fantastic careers.
Go, Tommy!
Herbert, he hopes to have a fantastic career when all is said and done with North Carolina. Scored his first goal as a heel earlier in this game. Now he's got 2 on his career.
Yeah, you just see the size and the burst from Herbert, right? And then when you get into his body, he'll swat you off. Size and speed kills. And he's a dominant righty. And I thought the approach defensively for Syracuse, you got to close out his right hand and force him to go to his left.
And 7 for the faceoff.
It has been, as you see, 7 years since Syracuse has allowed 20 goals in a game, and that was at Koskinen and Duke. Both goaltenders now, coaches making a switch. Tucci wins. He could take a shot. He opts not to. Again, we're under 4 minutes to play in this game in Carolina.
The Georgia area, Eric Molliver, who plays at Maryland's a freshman. Another Georgia offensive player. They have some skill down there in the state.